like, I feel like there's an untapped market for like the photos of houses to match photos like OnlyFans, right? Like it's only houses. I don't know. It seems like that's what you should offer, Charlie, right? Like
I think what I would, unfortunately, my website would be like the houses of Walmart, not the people of Walmart. You know, like
Hey, I've been on that website twice, actually. So
you know what? We'll partner on
You
that.
resemble that remark.
Because I'll get fined for down or whatever, or section down. So we'll collaborate on that one. Just I'll be the silent partner on that.
It would be, the whole thing would just be like implied. It would, we won't actually oust the whole community.
This podcast is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Get ready to laugh your assets off because this is the Lighter Side of Finance podcast. Now here's your host, Billy C.
It's Lighter Side of Finance time, and that's where we have a unique blend of finance and comedy. Well, at least we try to make it somewhat humorous, though we do find from time to time that finances, whatever our finances are and wherever they're coming from or wherever they're going, it can be comical at times. So it's season 2. This is pretty exciting. It's like, where's the applause? I need the in-studio audience here, right? You know, is that just a golf clap? Season 2, we're here. So we have with us our panelists. And we'll just go around the room because it just feels like it's been decades since we last saw each other. Tara Jean O'Brien, ladies first. How are things in your world?
I mean, LA almost burned down, but we're here. We're standing.
Glad to see.
We were okay, which is great. Weird times. I'm glad to see you guys because that's nice. You need to take the little things that are nice, and you guys, not that you're little things, but you are nice.
Thank you. We all appreciate that.
Right, fair enough.
No, but good to know that you're faring well after things were heating up in your neck of the woods. Anything new in the comedy scene? I feel like stand up is really making roaring. We're in the roaring 20s here in LA. There's a lot of shows. There's a lot of stand up happening. There's a lot. I think the Netflix is a Joke Festival this last year really kind of like put up the number of shows. I mean, there's really shows sort of like all over the place again, which is great. Cool. All right. Clem Jameson. He cut off his beard.
I did. I cut it off. It didn't burn off with the fires because I'm in Omaha. There's no fires here yet. So
sure.
It's fine now. Yeah. Yet. Yeah.
Quick Draw still doing well.
Quick Draw is doing great. We got canceled, but we survived. And honestly, if you haven't been canceled yet, get canceled. It's the best thing that's ever happened in my comedy career. The people who don't like me still don't like me. And then people that do love me even more. So get canceled. That's the advice I have for aspiring comics. There you go.
All right. That's his new book. He'll be signing copies in the lobby. Folks.
Get canceled? Yeah, that's a good title for a
Get
book.
Canceled and Thrive by Clem Jameson. There you go.
You know, in all seriousness, I think we're on to business idea number 1,000 since we started doing this program.
Yeah.
There you go. I love it.
I like that. And you know what? I think that we already bought his book and he's been burning signed copies of his book. JP Lambiase, where are you?
I'm in Austin. Yeah. Like, I get that's a valid question. The van was fun. It was like, I really purged my midlife crisis out. But now it's like reality. And I'm like, was it worth it? You know what I mean? Was it worth it? I'm like, you know what I mean? There's no regrets on it, but yeah, I'm in Austin. I'm probably going to be going to Orlando. And as far as comedy goes, obviously, I'm very lucky. I get picked on the Kill Tony thing twice now. I'm whatever about it. I did what I did. And then
you're holding back a little. You didn't just get picked on. You got picked on by
Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay, the legend. The Hickory Dickory Doc. Yeah, he was, I felt it was fun. It brought me back to like 1970s racism, you know? So it was like, it was cute, you know? Like,
yeah, we need more of that.
Exactly. Like, come on. Like, we're so sensitive. That's actually chapter 5 of Clem's Get Canceled
Right.
book, 1970s
Right.
racism. It
right.
must be applied in your routine.
Only 72 through 78, though. The other years, not worth it.
But it can only be performed in front of like Gen Z, so they're confused by the racism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Well, it seems new
Yep.
to them. It seems new to them. It's fresh.
yeah. It's
Yeah. Like a rotary phone, you know, they don't know what to do with it, but they kind of are amused by it, right?
Yeah.
or like old English, like "Ye how thou art thou," like it's just old.
Well, I think that the fact that you've survived through 2 times on Kill Tony, I mean, make it the 3rd time is a charm, right?
Is it? Because then that would mean I'd have to stay here and keep signing up, and that was like the freeing moment of not having to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
You got to have the trifecta, right? You know.
Sure. Okay. Season 3 of Lighter Side, we'll talk about my 3rd appearance.
Well, if I remember right, you actually did get picked 3 times. You just didn't show up the once, right? So,
That's very true. That's very true.
That's right.
You know what's sad? What's sad is the universe is like, yeah, we'll help you out. Well, we did it. The rest is up to you, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like they gave me so many opportunities.
Wait, they gave you all these opportunities, and then you're like, I'm going to go to Florida. So, like,
I know. Stop it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how depressing that sounds. That sounds so like I am ready to make my life. I'm going to go to Florida. Like, I'm going to retire. I'm going to go to the villages. It's just horrible. No, there's a reason. There's a reason. I'm following a female there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Career's over, guys. I already told you, career's over. Yeah, it's fine though. It's fine though. Midlife crisis over. I might be a father. Like that could be something that happens if I do that. If I decide to do that.
That's a real
Little
360.
JP's running around.
It's a real 360.
I know.
Are you going to show the baby your Kill Tony appearances? Like as soon as they
No. The baby.
Daddy was on.
No. I'll change my identity. I'll be like, hey, there's doppelgangers that exist everywhere. Okay, so that'll be my doppelganger.
Are you going to raise the kid as an Italian or a Korean?
Actually, I was thinking of doing a little bit of like a mix of a bunch of different cultures, just because I think that'd be fun, you know?
Yeah, there you go. By the way, there's that 70s racism we were talking about right there.
I was going to
say absolutely.
I was going to say
yep.
Thanks for like really opening up for Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Absolutely, yep.
It's like Jello. There's always room for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I could eat a lot of Jello. Yeah.
Wasn't Bill Cosby a spokesman for Jello?
Sure was.
Pudding pop.
Pudding, yeah.
The pudding pop. The Jello pudding pop. Because that's the brand. That's the brand. Jello's also a brand for pudding, so it's very confusing.
Yeah. Well, we brought up Bill Cosby and Andrew Dice Clay on this, so we have our fingers on the pulse, everybody.
There you go. Right there.
So from Tide Pod Tour to Jello Pop, Jello Pop Jam. That's it. All right. So let's dive into what we actually all came here for today, and that is real estate. So we want to talk about real estate this week, and we have a great guest coming up. JP, I know at one point you owned a home, you sold a home. If you were looking to buy a home right now, what would be the first thing you'd do?
Okay, well, I answered this question pretty logically. I think the first thing I would do is look at my bank account and my cash flow. And then I would get an understanding of the current market, like the real estate market, and then choose very specific locations of interest to narrow down my search. That's probably what I would do.
All right. Now, Tara, when you purchased your home, tell us, what was that experience like?
Well, I think anybody who's purchased real estate in Southern California can also all agree with me. It's a nightmare. It's not fun. We looked for 14 months and we put in 15 offers on a place before we got an accepted offer. It's fun because we were looking at a budget range, like we were looking at condos and townhomes. So like we were in a price range where we were competing with flippers and like corporations. So we were getting beat out left and right by people with all cash, which is insane, which is sort of like one of the how do you solve this problems of American real estate right now, which is how do you compete when you're just a family and you're competing with a corporation that's just like, yeah, we'll pay 20,000 over asking, we'll pay 100,000 over asking. And I think we're about to open that bubble back up in Southern California and Altadena and the Pacific Palisades. And I don't think we're ready for it. But anyways, we were very, very grateful when we got our house. But it was quite a learning experience once we started escrow. And you have to learn sort of where you have to put your money and the inspections. It's a big learning curve. And it was a little intimidating. And I'm glad we're on the other side of it. That's what I'll say.
All right. Well, Tara, you mentioned learning experience. Clem, do you think that people feel they can do their own research online to purchase a home?
Oh, absolutely. If I was to buy a house right now, I think the first thing I would do is go to ChatGPT and ask it where to buy a house and what to buy. And if it gave me a great answer, I would live there. And if it gave me a terrible answer, I think I would live there because AI knows what I want better than I do at this point in my life. So yeah, I think we got options out there. We got Zillow, we got Realtor.com, we've got Carvana, so JP can live in a car. We've got all types of ways to get a house online. I think there's plenty of research out there. And I'm sure our guest will disagree with me on whether that's the best thing to do or not. But yeah, I think I could probably do just as good a job as a realtor if I had all the resources in ChatGPT. I'm being sarcastic, of course, but I think there is options out there.
But that's okay. We get our 10 cents every time we mention ChatGPT, so that's okay.
Right. There you go. ChatGPT. There's another one.
Yeah. Cha-ching. So Clem mentioned our guest, and hopefully he's going to set us straight with a little bit more of the information about this, because we probably shouldn't be shooting from the hip when it comes to real estate, because we can probably get in some hot water if we maybe don't do our research, or maybe that person, we need a person that's going to do the research for us. So we're giving Charlie the permission to unmute his microphone at this time. And so he can hit that unmute button. And so our guest this week is Charlie, Mr. Middletown O'Rourke.
What's up, guys?
A real estate agent with RE/MAX in Middletown, New Jersey. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So first of all, before we get started, tell us about, when somebody has, something in the middle of their name, a fancy middle name, especially a middle name that's Middletown, tell us about Mr. Middletown. What's that all about?
Yeah, so years ago, I decided I wanted to brand myself to my town because I believe in hyper-local real estate. So I ran with Mr. Middletown. It really caught on. I actually just wrote my book, A Tale of Two Realtors, because I practice real estate both ways, as Charlie O and as Mr. Middletown. And out of that, I learned hyper-local is the only way to go. So I created a company called Mr. Zip Code. So I'm licensing each zip code to a Mr. or Ms. Throughout the country. And that's what this book tells that story about and promotes. So because I truly believe in hyper-local real estate, that's why when I thought I was unmuted, so I'm like trying to jump in on your guys' conversation. I'm like, shit, I forgot I was muted. But so I'm like, I got all notes here, like, what the fuck? How far was your realtor from town? Whatever. So, but yeah, so I just, but I believe in hyper-local real estate, and it's there's just so much that goes into real estate. In 24 years, my 24th year, like. It's like chess. There's infinite moves, infinite scenarios. I came up with a matrix of buyers scenarios and seller scenarios, and then you can incorporate the personalities of the home inspectors. Like there's infinite moves and infinite possibilities and probabilities and problems that can come up. So yeah, I would definitely not just stick with Zillow or Realtor.com. When you find where you want to be, make sure you get a hyper-local real estate agent that's in that area that knows that place inside out, because they have the relationships that you need to get your offer accepted, which a lot of realtors don't have, but they'll pretend like they do have, and that hurts you guys. When you're going a year and a half not buying a home and values are going up at 10% a year, guess what? That just cost you $120,000 on a certain price range house for those 14 offers you missed, and that's fucked up in my opinion.
Tell me about
it. I believe me, I hate it. I've sat at a few open houses, and I have Mr. Middletown all over my trucks and shit. I brand real well, and people will come up to me and they'll ask me, "Oh, why can't I get an offer accepted?" And so who are you working with? Meanwhile, they're working with their aunt from Hoboken, who doesn't know this area. She doesn't know any of the realtors. It's not the right thing. That's chapter fiduciary versus fiduciary. I think it's chapter 8 of my book. So it's fucked up. It's not right what realtors do. They overreach and they don't and they underteach. So.
I'm just realizing that we're like, not worthy here because you actually have a book and are successful.
Well, it's launching this week. So, and then the second one's 2 parts, and the second one's launching hopefully in April. So.
You mentioned a couple of websites there, and I think that this is probably where people end up when they first go into Google. They start looking for a new home, and boom, the first thing that pops up, Zillow or Realtor.com. Now, are there any pros or cons to these websites, or are people totally misguided?
Yeah, I mean, like Zillow's great, right? But Zillow's like the WebMD of real estate. So like, it's great for browsing, but if you go in there too long, or if they don't have the right information, you might wind up having a case of low value. You know what I mean? As a homeowner, you think your house is worth X. Meanwhile, if you had someone come by that knows that there's a cell phone tower over there and knows all the different intricacies that Zillow doesn't know, but a hyper-local real estate expert knows, that's one of the biggest problems. But it's good to scroll. It's fun to scroll, but those numbers are about as accurate as the 2020 election, in my opinion.
So what do you think are some of the biggest mistakes, though, that people are making these days? Obviously, everyone's going to start doing their own research, and that in itself can be a big mistake. But what are some of the big mistakes people are making when looking to purchase a home?
I feel like people fall in love with the pictures, and they assume that all realtors are created equal, and they're not. So know that those pictures have probably been doctored, photoshopped, listing photos are like on a dating app. You can be catfished pretty easily if you're not careful. So and you can't exactly ghost a house after you buy it. So and and let's not forget, everybody thinks that I want to buy a fixer up, or I want to get a fixer up, or everybody doesn't understand that TLC stands for thousands of liquid cash that you're going to fucking need after you close on that TLC or handyman special. You're not a handyman, and it's not a special. So,
I can totally relate to that because my daughter and wife were on this kick to start looking at homes, and of course, so my daughter's looking at houses, and they find this house that my daughter is like pushing. We got to go look at this, and we get there. We finally look at this house, and the pictures look gorgeous. Somebody knows how to use Photoshop. Yep. And it was just like, we get there and they're like, what looked like this amazing house. Yeah, it was such a disappointment.
It's horrible. I honestly, I only use high quality photos, that are accurate and look good, because it just disappoints buyers and it wastes my seller's time. Otherwise, you got people coming to the house, then they're in and out in 2 minutes, and they go, "What happened?" Well, because you got a fucking green lawn, but it's really brown. You got a driveway that's got cracks all over, but that's been photoshopped. And the living room looks like it's 20 by 20 and it's 10 by 10. It's not right. So they'll get around to correcting that. They should have to put a disclaimer on it. It's really not right. So
it's funny because in LA, when we were looking at all these homes, I thought the pictures were too accurate. I was like, these all look like dumps, and that's our option. So like, I was like, we went to see dump after dump, and I was like, yeah, this is right. This is what I expected. This is where it is. Yeah.
This dump's not on fire. We'll take that.
We'll take it. It's still $600,000, but we'll take it.
Yeah, it's a nice dump.
Well, on that note, since home pricing has continued to stay high, are you finding more people are renting with the hope that interest rates and home prices may decrease?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are, but that's like refusing to fill your gas tank because gas is high. I mean, yeah. So what are you going to do? Take Ubers for the rest of your life? I mean, it's an annoying saying, but everyone says, date the rate, marry the home, and it's true. You know what I mean? Because when rates dip, you just, you go back and refinance. Most likely, like all Americans, you're never going to own your own house outright. So you play with it and you do the best you can. But it's I wouldn't sit on the sidelines. Look, if you were a sports fan, I'm not, so it's a hard analogy for I don't really care. I'm a business guy. But if you were to root for a sports team that has had a 72 win record with 6 losses and 6 ties over 86 years, I'd bet on that team and I'd invest in that long-term play because that's exactly what the real estate market has done, on average over 86 years. It's only dipped 6 times. It's laid flat 6 and it's increased almost every year, 72. I mean, that's a pretty good damn record. So I wouldn't sit on the sideline because the likelihood of you getting one of those dip years is not likely.
I think I would investigate that sports team for doping.
I would
Seems suspicious.
I would too, but while we're at it, let's hop on and bet on it right now. So
True.
Well, that's like all those times we were talking about investing. Just get that spike like GameStop and
yeah, no shit.
and then cash out.
That would have been nice.
Cash out while you're high. And there we are, putting it all on red. All right. And so when, obviously, people can benefit from your experience. When working with someone, get the frog out of there. When working with someone like yourself, what should be expected in the overall buying experience?
I mean, luckily, I have a lot of experience. 24 years is more years than most people sell real estate. But I always like to say I keep it real. I keep it real fun, real honest, real professional, and and no BS, no fluff, just straight talk and strategic moves because there's so much bullshit out there. If someone does, my worst thing, I hate when people say they don't know how to just say, I don't know, let me get back to you on that. And I feel like realtors are super guilty of that. They act like they know every answer when I'd much rather hear, I don't know, let me look into that for you if I was, on the other side of it. So I have no problem saying, let me look into that, let me do some more research. It's just I think that's powerful. So, and that's what I think you should look for, transparency and authenticity in your salesperson, or I don't even consider myself a salesperson. It's more like a concierge service and a partnership, how I look at it. But,
So when somebody's working with you, and maybe from the other side, I mean, I know we talked a lot about buying a home, but when would you be working with somebody selling a home? And if so, what do you think about them, adding upgrades to the home to try and up that price?
Yeah. I mean, it's like everyone loves to watch HGTV, right? So don't go full HGTV, you don't need a refrigerator that speaks to you and, gold-plated faucets and shit. Just sometimes a fresh coat of paint and, clean the windows, put new screens in. And for God's sakes, get the fucking car out of the driveway when the picture guy shows up and remove those garbage cans, those big green and blue garbage cans, the recycling bins from the lens of the picture. And that's not the guys, it's the photographer's fault or the person who takes the picture. But I mean, who wants to see that as the first image is your car and then a garbage can in the picture. So there's just little shit like that I can't believe people actually pay professional and they do that still.
So we talked about the fact that you mentioned early on that you're locally known, locally loved. So when people are working with you, are there services that you provide your clients that you find other real estate agents do not offer or maybe should?
Yeah. Well, because I'm so hyper local, I don't have to do all that due diligence. When I go to a listing appointment, I pretty much know what the value of the house is, like pretty much without even being in it, give or take a little bit. So what I do is what I focus on, which everyone else tells you to put you on the internet. Okay, everyone does that. Okay, we're going to do open houses. Cool, everyone does that. I have this thing I call Mr. Proactive, and it's basically a net proceeds risk reduction protocol. Because who cares if we can get you $750 for your house if we don't take care of the little cracks or little stupid stuff up front and find out what's going on. If that's because most buyers, they'll ask for 2 or 3 times what the repair is going to cost, and at that point, it's too late or too far down the field to kind of rethink things or do it, get it fixed. So, I try to focus on net, man. What my seller's going to net that day, because everything else is bullshit. All the other numbers can be flexed or messed with, but what they walk away with from the closing table, that's what counts for them. So,
for people who currently have a low interest rate on their mortgage, what would you say to them if they need to buy a bigger home and would be getting a mortgage with a much higher interest rate? That
would be me, and I've been thinking about this. It's a real question, right? Because it seems like, our home is locked in at 2.375%.
Yeah, like everyone has different motivation for moving, right? There's people who want to sell, and there's people who need to sell. If you have kids, if you're walking around with like shoes that were too tight, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to buy some new shoes. So, everyone has different motivation. And hey, it was great you got that 3% at the time. That was a great deal. But not everything stays forever, and life is fluid, right? So, if you don't need to move, maybe you don't. Maybe you wait and see what happens. But if you're bursting at the seams, I think it's there's other factors that come in. Interest rates go up and down. Interest rates go up and down, but little Johnny isn't getting any smaller, So
yeah, I don't have kids, but I do have a husband, and it's a lot.
Yeah, hey, the house is never
like
big
having
enough,
kids.
I work from home and it's tough, so
it's a lot.
That's just fascinating that you have a interest rate so low. I wouldn't.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I would just stay.
That's what you don't really have a choice, because
I would endure all of the suffering and pain to avoid a higher interest rate. I would. Yeah, like the abuse, all of it. Just smile and look at that 2.75. Just look at it like when you wake up in the morning.
But aren't you currently living in a shipping container? So maybe not the best guy to get real estate advice from.
I was gonna ask Charlie if I could take a picture of if the van could be in the driveway, because the van is the house.
Well, if you're selling the van, it's got to be in the picture, That should be the first picture.
Yeah, of course.
Get the garbage cans out of the way, though.
I'll get the garbage cans out away from the van. But I do have a really pretty sewage pipe thing.
Yeah.
And that's got these little, and it's cool. It's like a caterpillar. I think that gives it a little charm. Yeah. But then again, that's subjective at that point.
You got bumper appeal. You got to have some bumper appeal.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Maybe I'll even hire I'll hire a couple of people in the trailer park to pose.
Yeah, just to make it it's like staging it,
I was gonna say, I feel like there's an untapped market for the photos of houses to match photos like OnlyFans, right? It's only houses. I don't know. It seems like that's what you should offer, Charlie, right?
I think what I would. Unfortunately, my website would be the houses of Walmart, not the people of Walmart.
Hey, I've been on that website twice, actually. So
you know what? We'll partner on that.
Resemble that remark,
because I'll get fined for talking shit on a town or whatever, or section of town. So we'll collaborate on that one. I'll be the silent partner on that.
It would be, the whole thing would just be implied. It would. Yeah, we won't actually oust the whole community.
I don't know. I feel like maybe if we did sell our house, when the pictures came, it would be, we'd get all our clutter out of the way, but then I would just have my foot in the shot, in one corner, right? It's a foot pick and it's a nice primary bedroom, right? I just feel
casually be in the mirror in the bathroom, but a little bit. Yeah.
But just
every shot has a toe. Every shot has a toe somehow.
It'd be like the Elaine
Easter egg,
right? The Christmas card.
Come over here. I think there's a little toe in this one.
That's right. People are
that's not a toe.
Please zoom in. I don't know.
It's unpainted.
There's no polish on the toenail.
Yeah, imagine that comes up in conversation. You walk up to someone, hey, what are your kinks? House. Oh, houses.
Yeah,
That's nice. What is the website for it?
Yeah,
I can give you
I like
those.
house feet. Yeah,
That's right.
housefeet.com.
Only pad.
Just saying. I feel like you could
Only
get a lot
pads. I
more
like that.
money.
Only
I
pads.
do like that one. That's
Only
good.
pads.
Only pads. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
There we go. That you know
That's
what?
like
There we go. Another business idea.
We're just every
only
time.
pads. Let's rethink that a little bit, guys. That can be taken as a lot of different
I
things
mean,
here.
that's not where I would go first, right? I mean, only toes.
Nope.
I don't know. Only heels. I don't know.
Only pads. Yeah.
Only
I do
cribs.
Only crib, yeah.
only
Never
crib.
mind.
Yeah, like, that's even worse.
Nope,
He just keeps making it worse.
Nope.
Just keep
That-
digging.
Clem, document that. That goes in your book. That goes in only cribs. Do not name your website only cribs.
Nope. Not since 1976. You can't do that.
Oh man, I'm in the mood for a house.
Oh man.
All right, where are we? All right. So you've had, we all reach those frustrations, as you said, with the garbage cans getting in the photos, things like that. But as a real estate agent, what would you say is the most rewarding, but also the most frustrating aspects of working with potential clients?
People like me.
I was like, was that
Sorry,
God?
continue.
Yeah.
Who said that? Who said that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always equated a real estate transaction to like a flight. You know what I mean? The takeoff's a little bumpy. The plane's under a lot of pressure as it's getting in the air. You're going to hit some turbulence. But we always land a plane usually if you've got a good realtor involved. And the other side you want to buy, they want to sell. You have reasonable people involved. So, but my favorite 3 words in the English language as a realtor are we just close. So, because that's when we close a deal, we close escrow, whatever people say in different states. And, the people get the keys, they take their picture in front of their house and they start their new life and new next chapter. So that's one of my favorite parts, obviously. The most frustrating would be when Uncle Know-It-All and Daddy Dearest show up at the home inspection that haven't bought a house since 1980, or Aunt Betsy who bought a condo in 92. You can't believe the sale price, or thinks this and that, or doesn't realize that, you're lucky if you get the house, let alone, it's on a shopping list, the home inspection. So it comes back with a $50,000 credit, request when, you've now represented them as they understand what as is, you're vouching for people as a realtor to your other colleagues that know you well and we have good relationships with, for people we barely know how they act under stress and pressure. So that's probably the most frustrating point, even when you're really good at communicating what an as-is sale means and that they've accepted your offer based on the fact that we've looked at these things and they shouldn't come up again. So I've honestly created attorney preview letters. I've created so much stuff that just to try to prevent that and try to keep the process moving along and so we don't have to punt the ball at any point of the play, so.
Have they ever been so bad that you're like, I'm just going to end this relationship?
Yeah, I had someone last year was referred to me. The same that happened. There was multiple offers. I got the house accepted for them as a buyer's agent, and I put my reputation on the line. I had them sign.
So how do you do that? How do you do, like, give me an example? Like, do you call them? Do you text? Do you break up with them, or do you call them, break up with them, or like how do you?
We closed.
Like,
Not you, it's me.
We closed. I closed the deal, but I didn't go.
you closed,
and I never spoke. I'll never speak to them again because that.
Oh, you never speak to them again. So you never like mid deal been like, I'm sorry, like I can't do this anymore.
I know. I tried that. Yeah, I had that happen. I've had it happen, but I like to try to get the deal closed. Obviously.
Oh well, yeah. Okay, that's probably the professional thing to do.
I've had people that I've met, showed them a few places, and this one guy right out of the gate, he's like, I'm going to expect you to cut your commission, and I was like, okay, so we're like, so you want me to work my ass off for you, and you want me to cut my? Like, it makes no sense. But
so Is there like a therapeutic special place that you realtors go to after the work at a bar, and you're like, yo, this guy, and then you share your
Tequila
stories.
Up there, there's plenty of tequila up there. There's whiskey over there.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, and then you know what? Sometimes I hate to say it, I'm toxic. I just like to talk shit all night, you know, but just behind people's back too. Like I just want to just, you know. But anyway, yeah.
JP, that was not a tangent in any way. Just like, you know what I like? I really like to get mad at people for fun. How about you, Charlie?
No, not at them. I just like a little gossip afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, hear this guy?
Yeah, you should hear
see his toes.
Yeah, you can't beat a good vent session, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly, especially when it's dealing with work and like the you know, like the typical, like you said, typical Betsy who thinks that the you know, the times don't change, you know, just stuff like that.
No, I used to
my mom and the tech. My mom's really bad with the tech stuff, so sometimes I'll never be mean to her face. I'll hang up the phone. I'll call my sister up. Like, yeah, mom doesn't know how to read the text messages, so you know, we'll just make fun of her that way.
Yeah, no doubt. No, believe me,
harmless stuff.
I used to have a paralegal that I would send her like a copay because she was like my vent session, but she was a good friend. So, but,
see,
you know what I mean?
Gets it.
Because we'd be on the
Charlie
same field
gets
together,
it.
so she'd know how it started, how it was going, and where it went.
Absolutely.
But that was
so you had a friend that you could write off your friendship is basically what you had.
Tax write-off.
No, that wasn't a friend that I worked with. That was a referral. But yeah, I've lost plenty of friends over the real estate. It's you know, you try to communicate and you know things happen. You know what I mean?
It's a cutthroat business.
It's a cutthroat business, and you know, and it's I call it. Look, I call it a profession. It's a profession, but it's very personal. So it's a profession.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Because, you know, you're hot and heavy with your clients. You get to know them. You get inside texts, inside jokes, and you know, you're making fun of the sellers at some point. You know what I mean? Like you're building rapport throughout the whole thing, and then it's daily, and then all of a sudden you close, and you're like, okay, now what? What do we do? What do we talk to? I literally I go through like 20 to 25 to 30 breakups a year. You know what I mean? Because it's like hot and heavy, text in, communication, and then boom, it's over. And, you know, what do you do? Text them every day after they close? No. I mean, you just try to find that sweet spot from
That's so true. You get like this relationship that just kind of goes away.
Yeah, because look, if you're an accountant or whatever, or even
you have clients and stuff like that. You see your clients
once or twice a year. But I mean, you know, when you're working with somebody for buying a house, it's 3 months, 6 months, you know, a year and a half, whatever. You know what I mean? Depending on.
Charlie, I think it's awesome that Charlie admitted that he's slutty. I just love it, and he's happy about it.
Absolutely. 130 breakups?
Yeah.
All those Dear John letters.
And that doesn't count the few that you ghost throughout the year, too.
And he's probably polyamorous in this housing relationships here.
Middletown has taken on a different meaning, Charlie. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna register
middleman in Middletown. You know,
he's Mr. Profession over there. We'll have to register that.
It's copywritten in my book already. So.
Oh, he's already got it. That's what I'm saying. He's got all these little zingers that we can't use now.
Yeah, you can. I'm good.
All right.
Well, if you have all those zingers already in your book, then you must have a crystal ball, hanging around in the office there. So do you have any predictions or thoughts about the housing market over the next year?
You know what? I'll be honest. The hardest thing about writing this book was I thought I was going to pull from like stuff from the last 24 years. Most of the stuff happened while I was writing the book, and that became in the book because real estate is always changing. And that's the only prediction is that it's going to change. You know, it always does. You know, the only guarantee is that people will buy houses, they will sell houses. And the only thing else that's constant is people are going to bitch about the interest rate, whether it's 3% or 13%. So, you know, I mean, but people have to move. I mean, their lives change. You get divorced, you have kids. I mean, there's always going to be a market for it. And of course, when things are great, it gets hotter and hotter. And, you know, which sucks if you're not in the market already, if you haven't bought a house yet, you're a first-time home buyer. But once you're in it, you know, values go up, your values go up. You pay more, they pay more, you know. So, but yeah, it's always going to change. I mean, it changes. You could think it's going hot. Then all of a sudden, stuff will sit on the market for 2 weeks, and then Christmas rolled around, it got quiet, and then all of a sudden, boom, it goes right back. You know, there is no crystal ball, and you know, but It'd be nice to have one, though. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. So the real question is just like, when are you doing it? When do you want to do it? And getting a game plan for it, and make sure you have a real professional on your team to make it all happen. Because, everyone has people think car salesman and all this shit, but it's really not. I mean, there's some bad apples and everything, but most realtors out there are busting their ass for their clients and spending hours and money and gas and time and up till 12 o'clock getting texts and emails and shit. It's a very professional profession. So
you keep saying that.
I have
cats. I have cats, and professional just means something very different.
I hear you. You know what? It's funny. It spelled it wrong when I was writing it, so I had to correct that in the edit. So I was like, no, it's PER. So, yeah.
Is it? I don't even know how to spell it now. Is it profession?
That's a professional profession.
Okay. Good.
The proper is professional. PRO.
And Tars, yours is per PUR fashion, correct?
PURR. Let's be.
Yeah.
RR.
2 R's, right.
Oh, there's 2 R's. All right. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my wife has a business that sells catnip toys, so I think she technically is a professional, right?
She literally is.
Okay, yeah.
Same thing, yeah.
And I like to get kinky, so
you might be a professional.
I am a perfectionist.
Oh, shit.
I gave someone an image there.
I'm just debating whether that was a furry joke or not. I'm not sure I understand.
It was very.
Okay, we're on the same page now. Okay.
So, profession.
A professional, yes.
I mean,
we've done way.
We're getting close now. We're getting close to just saying the word. Anyway, yep, profession. Yep, furry.
Yeah. All right.
That was fun.
So, as we wind down and wrap things up here, I'm just going to throw it out to our panelists. Any last questions for Charlie?
Well, so you said that you licensed the name Mr. and then the local town, right? That's something that you're doing or working on doing. Is that how I understood it?
I'm sorry. Mr. Middletown is a registered trademark, but I own MrZipCode.com, and that's a registered trademark. So I'm taking every zip code and franchising the idea to Mrs. Beverly Hills, Mr. Los Angeles, as well as the county level teams and everything. It's a large.
We'll talk later. Maybe I'll get Mr. ChatGPT and I can go into real estate.
I actually own Mr. Artificial Intelligence, and that goes to my ChatGPT link for hyperlocal real estate. Yeah,
perfect. Awesome. There you go.
Yeah.
Step ahead of me. Darn.
Oh, I do have a question. I have a question for Charlie. So I heard about this. I did a sketch show at this Bitcoin thing like 10 years ago. We came in as comedians, and we did the show. And they had a realtor come in, and they were talking about how real estate was soon to be being paid for by Bitcoin. Do you I haven't seen it, but do you really think this is real? Do you think that's going to happen soon?
No, I don't. I mean, if I don't even care if I'm wrong, because I hope it doesn't happen. I mean,
it sounded wild at the time.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I don't see how. I mean, unless you want to do it off market, and you got one Gen Z or whatever with another one. One guy's got $1 billion in Bitcoin, another got $2 billion. I don't know. It seems stupid, but who knows? I mean, a lot of stuff seems stupid 5 years out, but I hope not. I like cash, and I like checks, and I like wires, and I think that's really cool. Let's not overcomplicate it, but who knows?
Well, Clem or JP, I feel like one of you would be the purveyors of buying a house with some sort of Bitcoin or virtual.
Oh, that's JP for sure.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have a few. There's a few things that I'm thinking about, and I was going to ask Charlie, obviously. What I would say, though, to wrap up my initial question that was asked for me was, JP, if you were to look to buy a home, what would be the first thing you would do? Since this session, my answer has then changed to, I would get Charlie, the realtor, to help me out right? Isn't that the right answer though?
I agree. That's why I started Mr. Zip Code. So you can go to mrzipcode.com, put your information in, and I will find you the best realtor in that zip code.
But I would need like when you're looking to buy a house, basically it's like have the concierge service of someone that's a professional that knows what they do.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm not in the market for buying a house per se, but I was thinking about what your thoughts are on, I think there's a few things right now I'm looking at. One is tiny home, so you'd have to get land and then build.
Yeah.
And then the other one I've seen are those, what are they called? Box cards? Those?
The shipping containers, yeah.
Yeah, because I want to be, so for you, like understanding me as a, what do you call it, a client, I'd be one that likes the building process of it, not the one that's like, I'm just going to be a handyman for this. No, I want to do the fun stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I like tiny houses. I like the shipping containers. I love when they have them all done up and done right. I've been into bars where they did them like that outside. Yeah. It was cool. I think it's a great idea. Why not reuse something that's awesome? And a lot of the towns in California, they started that. I think it's the EMDs or whatever that allow you to put the tiny house on the back because it's so hard to get, housing. And now a lot of the towns throughout the rest of the United States are starting to jump on board with that. A lot of towns have always done that, allow you to put like an apartment above a garage and stuff. But the EMD or whatever, I forget what it's called. I think it's EMD. But that's a new thing, and I think it's a great thing. EDU, that's it. I'm sorry. Thank you.
But there's going to be like a lot of, I'd have to know more knowledge about like where I could build, what land I could buy, if there's going to be like HOA, and then also if I could do long-term, short-term Airbnb type of stuff, you know what I mean?
That's all. But the scary part about that is every town's different and every town changes. So, you be careful what you invest in. So I would stick with one that's classically allowed it and
get a realtor and tell them what you want to do, and then they'll kind of guide you.
Yeah. And my just a little side note, HOA, I'm not a big fan of HOAs. I think it stands for hundreds of assholes.
Yeah. I love that.
Control what my property value is.
Hundreds of assholes.
I'm more of a beg for permission guy than beg for forgiveness and ask for permission guy. So HOAs are not my thing, and I don't really recommend them unless you, again, do your due diligence on that. Because their escrows might be upside down. They may not allow. They might have too many rentals, which then you're not allowed to have FHA in there. They can be closed out. There's so many things that make sure your HOA is healthy because it's going to be filled with a bunch of hundreds of assholes anyway. So you might as well make sure that it's a healthy HOA if you're going to be buying in a place with an HOA. So
we could have a whole segment on HOAs.
I could go deep. We got two of them.
The worst. I want to be one of the assholes, though. That would be fun. Just I want to walk out side with like a scepter and just kind of like wave it around.
You'd be so good at that. That would be perfect for you.
I'll tell you the truth. I was showing one of my buddy's parents a house in a brand new 55 plus community. So, but they were moving trees. It was a newer community, so they're literally earth movers moving trees and shit. So. We hop out. I park on the wrong side of the road. We're in the house 10 minutes. By the time we were in the house, the villagers had gathered around with torches. Literally with torches and formed a nice group and accosted me as I was leaving to inform me that I was parked on the wrong side of the street. I just looked at my
wow. Are you sure you weren't in like a clan?
Yeah, I think that's a cult. You're in a cult.
I think a lot of them are cults. They got a lot of people with
cultists.
It's a cult to sack.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that.
I don't know if Tara heard clown, but I don't think she heard me.
It's okay,
Tara. I didn't hear. Yeah, no, it's fine. But your enthusiasm was.
You can have that joke. It's yours.
No,
it was priceless. It was priceless.
I like that.
It was low hanging fruit. We both took it.
We did it. But you know what? It was new to both of us. How about that?
It was. You could see the surprise on both our faces. We were telling it for the first time ever.
Fair enough.
There's something refreshing though about the low-hanging fruit jokes.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to think about it. It's like, that was obvious. I like that.
The juice is just right there, and then
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Charlie, we want to thank you so much for being a part of
Yes.
our first episode of season 2 for the Lighter Side of
My
Finance.
honor, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It was great hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And again, if anybody's looking for Charlie, he's Mr. Middletown. And what's the best web address people can find you at?
MrMiddletown.com.
There you go, MrMiddletown.com. Charlie, Mr. Middletown O'Rourke here on the program. So thank you, Charlie.
Or Mr. Zip Code for every zip code that you'd like to look at a house, and MrZipCode.com as well.
All right. All right. So I'm just going to put you on mute here, Charlie.
Thanks, guys.
All right. And it is time now for everyone's least favorite game show, at least on this panel, the Financial Fast Five. And once again, in the hot seat, Tara Jean O'Brien.
Oh, yay, it's not me.
I just thought
And
about
I have no idea.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Tara.
Oh, no. I was just thinking, like, when I was looking at this morning, I was like, God damn it. That's all.
How do you think about, what do you think of the Financial Fast Five? Damn it.
JP, you're right. You're lucky you're not in the hot seat. That's really what it is. That's it.
Yeah, it's not fun being on the spot. It's really not.
All right. But I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. We are hitting the reset button, so any past successes or failures have been deleted. All right. So here we go. Question 1. What type of retirement account allows tax-free distributions if it was contributed 5 years ago and the person is over age 59 and a half at the time of distribution? It's a multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll help you out here. Is it
Okay, good.
Is it A, SEP IRA, B, Roth IRA, C, traditional IRA, or D, 401k?
Can you read the question again? The specific?
What type of retirement account allows tax-free distributions if it was contributed 5 years ago and the person is over age 59 and a half at the time of distribution?
I think that's a traditional IRA. Is it a traditional? I don't know anything about a SEP IRA, so that's what I'm going to start off saying. I know a Roth and I know a traditional. I'm saying traditional.
You're saying traditional is your answer, and unfortunately, you would be wrong. And the answer is Roth IRA.
Okay, well, I have both of those, and now I don't know anything. So,
And a SEP,
what is the SEP? I don't really know what the SEP
a
is.
SEP is where you can contribute 25% of your business to the retirement account. And I got that, so I know I actually have a SEP. That was one of the things that our financial advisor told us to do.
Smart.
Which is great because now I know what that is. So if I ever get if I ever got a trivia question,
knowledge is power.
That's good. I thought the Roth was later, but I forgot. Anyways, 59. I'm ready for that now.
It was his readout was convoluted. It's just tax is taken out before, tax is taken out after. Right. It was all wordy. It was so wordy.
All right.
So it's Bill's fault that I got that wrong. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay. Number 2. What U.S. president took the U.S. off the gold standard? The gold standard was our currency, the dollar, being tied to a set amount of gold. Which U.S. president took the U.S. off the gold standard? Was it Ronald Reagan, John F. Kennedy, Joe Biden, or D, Richard Nixon?
I hate this game. I feel like I should know this.
Charlie's giving you the clues.
Dang it, Charlie.
I didn't look. Was it?
I'll read them again.
Okay, read them again.
To give you a moment to think.
Is it Joe Biden?
A, Ronald Reagan.
Okay.
Or was it A, Ronald Reagan, B, JFK, C, Joe Biden, or D, Richard Nixon?
I think this was more recent. I'm going to say I think it's Ronald Reagan, but I'm going to say Joe Biden because now I look like an idiot.
But now you would also be wrong.
Who is it?
It was Richard Nixon in 1971.
You know what? I should have gone with what, like, that's a Nixon move, right? There we are. I don't know.
Yeah, going back to that, 1970s racism, right?
There we go.
There you go.
Right,
71 would not have fit.
That theme, I should have stuck with it. That was the theme of the episode.
There you go.
Yep. This episode
Can't go wrong
brought
with
to you by 1970s racism. Okay. Question number 3.
That's pretty good.
Good.
Question number 3. Which U.S. president said, "The buck stops here"? Was it A, Harry S. Truman, B, Woodrow Wilson, C, Jimmy Carter, or D, James Garfield?
It was Truman.
You got it.
There
You
go.
got it. Yes, indeed. It was Truman.
Closer to
I'm
the
like
70s
writing C's
racism.
like I'm grading papers. Yeah.
Perfect.
C. A little C next to it. Correct. Okay. You get a point. All right. Number 4. Which airlines is listed on the NASDAQ under the symbol SAVE? S-A-V-E. Is it A, Southwest Airlines, B, Spirit Airlines, C, Swiss Airlines, or D, Savannah Airlines?
I think it's Southwest. No. I don't know. I'm going to say Southwest. I don't think Savannah Airlines is a thing.
You would be wrong. The answer is actually probably one of the most affordable airlines to fly to Florida, Spirit Airlines.
Oh, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Save money. I thought, didn't they get delisted though?
That's
Didn't they
what I
go
thought.
bankrupt or something?
That was Frontier, wasn't it?
No, Spirit.
I think you're thinking of Pan Am.
All right. Well, I don't know if through it all, I'm not sure if Tara can get these points off the ground. Question.
I got one.
See what I did there?
I got one.
All right.
She might
Question
land
number
upside down.
5. Question
I
number
will.
5. All right. But you are still in the lead, though, since
know
it's
what,
a
Bill?
new season,
You
new round.
Don't need to pick.
Yeah. She's got it's got a Spirit track record.
Yeah,
That's
right
right.
now they
Right.
all have 0. You have 1. You have 1 point.
I don't
Okay,
need this
true.
pandering, Bill.
Celebrate the wins. Celebrate the victory. Okay, embrace the victory. Number 5. Here we go. Who was the first U.S. billionaire? Was it A, Henry Ford, B, Elon Musk, C, James D. Rockefeller, or D, Warren Buffett?
Billionaire. It might have been the Rockefellers.
And you would be correct,
That's right.
because in 1916, Rockefeller became the first known billionaire. And Tara, you are officially in the lead with 2 points.
Woo!
But I'll take it. I'll take it. We should have
All
taken
right.
Rockefeller's money. We should have set a precedent then, God damn it.
All right. So, any closing words before we wrap up?
I hate this game, but I'm glad we did it. It's great.
It's good to see everybody again. If we can
right.
get all warm and cozy, Oh wait, hold on.
Charlie has a question, it looks like.
Yeah, Charlie, you'd have to unmute yourself. Just unmute yourself.
Hey guys, I just want to point out a cool thing. My partnership, I actually partnered with Tunnels of Tower. So all my listings say the sale of this house helps our heroes and their families. And I donate from every one of my listings or every one of my sales a year's worth of membership fees to Tunnel of the Tower in that buyer or seller's name. So that'll go along with anything that comes from Mr. Zip Code 2, any referrals out of there. So anything I touch will get a donation to Tunnel of the Tower in that my buyer or seller's name for to help that charity out. One of my favorite charities. So
What is that charity,
Oh.
Charlie? I don't know that.
it's Tunnel of the Tower. It's Frank Siller started it after his brother was one of the firemen that literally put on all his gear and ran to from the tunnel to the tower. So t2t.org. I actually just gave Frank the Mr. Red, White, and Blue of 2024 heavyweight Patriot of the Year award. If you go to MrRedWhiteBlue.com, it's on Mr. Zip Code too. Every year, I'm looking for the most patriotic American across the country, and they're going to get the heavyweight Patriot of the Year belt. So if you know, it's a cool thing. I'm really psyched about that. So
Awesome.
thanks, guys, for letting me get that in.
Yeah, no problem. All right, to our panelists. Well, I know that JP is going to leave the storage. No, you're not in a storage unit. You're in the.
I'm living normally.
Yeah. A normal house. No, okay. All right. Well, I know you got a show to run off to, which is always exciting to do. And
Good luck.
It's a family friendly show at a local barbecue restaurant, and I'm not looking forward to it. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm going through my list here, and I'm like, can't say that, won't do that, and it's fine though. Yeah, I mean, I just picture Tara and Clem, gone to enough shows where you get that like 5-year-old with a chocolate bar like melting on his lip, and he's just staring at you in the front row, and you're just like, I got to do jokes. I gotta do jokes.
Yeah.
I watched a comedian crowd work a baby one night, and it was amazing. Crowd work the baby. Just saying.
All right. Then maybe I'll just throw all of my material away and just focus on the elephants in the rooms.
There you go.
It's always
All right,
fun.
And the little people too.
Yeah, it's fun when people bring their children to bars, and then you're like, oh
yeah,
great. It's helpful.
Perfect.
It's helpful.
Welcome to the.
Maybe I'll pick up some balloons. Maybe I'll pick up some balloons, and I'll just like hand them out. I'll just change everything.
All of a sudden, I just got this vision of you in the old white van, handing out.
Oh no!
No.
Where are the children?
No.
Here's the balloons.
Onlycribs.com on the side. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then the parents are going to be like, "What's that lesbian? What's that Asian lesbian over there doing?" This has got to change. It's only like this because this season 2 is going great. Green glasses, and I got Ali Wong. I don't know.
You should get roasted more often by Andrew Dice Clay. It's good for you. I'm just saying.
I think so.
I look like I'm going through my transitioning from 22.
You're so brave. You are so brave.
I look like you should treat me better because of how I look.
It's not 2024 anymore. We can't.
You should be very sensitive.
Sorry, we're not allowed to treat you differently anymore, JP.
Nope.
I have aches. I have aches here.
Yep.
I gotta go. I gotta do this. I gotta go to the show.
I'm gonna go to the show.
That's right. Ice is waiting for him. So.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit stop. Don't say anything funny.
This has been the Lighter Side of Finance podcast. Our executive producer is Billy C. Production assistance by Sam Moody. Our opening music is from BillClantonMusic.com. I'm your AI announcer. I am nobody. Literally. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Lighter Side of Finance wherever you find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to visit our website, thelightersideoffinance.com. This podcast is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. It is intended for you to laugh your assets off. Viewers and listeners be advised.